Hello everyone, this is Bread, and we're going to take another look at Exanima. I have done a little running around off camera to see what I can discover. So, I think ZM Ranger, one of my commenters and subscribers, his observation is correct. There are old scrolls and new scrolls. The old scrolls look like this. The new scrolls look like this. The old scrolls are kind of moldy in their appearance, and the old ones seem to be things that happened when this place was in its heyday, whereas the new ones are Thaven, the people seeking Thaven, Thaven's apprentices. I don't know if that. I've read some notes that might be an apprentice or a follower of Thaven in some way. And I found this one. That idiot and his thugs are still sending many down here. I must admit I am impressed by his methods. In some ways he is less a fool than he appears. I must take advantage of this and resume my research while I still can. I've yet to find a place where I will probably be undisturbed. I think this is a message from Thaven. I found it earlier in the level. So I want to know who's sending thugs down here. There is a letter that you find that speaks of a different group. Not the proctors, the conservers. Assuming that they're not the same group with two different nomenclatures. It's an old scroll, and it mentioned, it says there may be conserver spies among us. I don't know why they would want basically to subvert our goals, so we're not going to do anything about it. Let them be. That way we don't create suspicion among ourselves. And then at the same time, I found a book of laws in one of these. Well, it briefly mentioned that there are many rules in this place, and the repercussions for breaking them mostly seems to keep outsiders out, and they're very intricate. It seems to border on paranoia. So at the same time, you find one talking about not worried about spies, and others being very harsh about their defense of, finding spies. I'm assuming something led up to that. There's also a letter that I found that talked about the possibility of being at war with this place. It said that it seems we were once at war with this place, and that we probably won. If that's the case, why is it not more ransacked than it is? In my experience, especially with medieval warfare, when you take a place, you take a place. But maybe this is the ransacking that they did. I want to know if this place is supposed to be as heavily populated as it is. It would be a chore to count all the beds you find if you really wanted to do that for a head count and assume that were the count. But I feel like there should be more people here than you encounter, and that if this place really is ancient, these people are the thugs that have been sent down here by an unnamed group, probably either the proctors or the conservers, assuming the conserver is not an ancient group. Or the letter on the first level that mentions they've been sending people down here seeking treasure. That might be these unlucky people turned into undead by Thaven. And these don't follow the same rules for zombies that I am used to, but I am used to Dungeons and Dragons. A zombie is an automaton controlled by its master with no will of its own, and it's a corpse. These people bleed. In my experience, corpses don't bleed for very long after death. They seem to feel pain because they react to your blows with groans and the way they move, and they have self-preservation in mind in that they flee. Now, they don't seem very intelligent, and they are slower than most people. This is true. Sometimes you'll find them in rooms just standing there staring, but at the same time, others will open doors and wander about. this new key I found open this door? No. Which makes it curious. Another thing that I find curious, ZM Ranger mentioned that necromancy was going to be part of mind, which is going to be the first part of thaumaturgy that is placed in the game. If that's the case, mind to me makes me think of like psionic abilities, mental powers. Maybe they're not undead in the sense that we know them, but they're more or less dominated. He has mental control over them, and as a result, they begin to wither and become slower. But once they take enough damage, they sort of, they're able to break away from his will. That's why they flee. It's like if you ever played Bioshock, the whole would you kindly thing. When you get with that very first plasmid, it doesn't work because you're freaking out. And maybe that's what it is. I don't know. This is just speculation. And some of the letters that I have found, talk about Thaven's research and that their power lies beneath here, lower than here. I assume that's what Thaven's research is. That is going to be where he is going. I've been in here. He's gone deeper. And it would make sense that if, the next thing that they're going to incorporate is magic, is thaumaturgy, mind, that you meet Thaven. He's found the source of power down here. And perhaps that's the research that the people were originally doing here. Because in that letter that talked about the conservers, why would they want to subvert our goals? Maybe they found some source of great magical power. And perhaps it could have possibly been part of their downfall. And Thaven has just simply rediscovered it. And maybe that's how they'll incorporate magic, if you're the unknown, you're one of the chosen ones. You have the spark of magic inside you that allows you to use it. Same thing. Maybe you get lucky that way as a proctor, and he's like, let's not fight. You've come all this way. Why don't you let me teach you magic? And we let bygones be bygones. And, maybe you have the option to kill Thaven and not unlock the magic, or go a bad route and unlock the magic, or do both. Have him teach you and then kill him. If I get the option, I'm kind of villainous in video games. I'm kind of this evil opportunist. You dangle the cookie in front of me, and I'm going to take it if the opportunity allows. Hi, person I haven't managed to kill yet. She would not have much of a skull left after blows like that. I believe this led to the armory. I also found a map. I actually tried recording that bit, but OBS took a shit on me. It really wasn't operator error that time. The key that I have bound to record wouldn't start the recording. Like, I was testing it outside of the game, and I was like, well, okay. But there's a map of a bend in a river. There's a town or some kind of mark. It's a circle with 3 dots, and there's a road that tees off into the woods. I can't really read the map. I'm not sure if it's even written in English, but I can't understand it. This log is filled with detailed reports of people violating certain rules. Most of these rules are obviously aimed at preventing the entry of intruders. They are strict and elaborate to the point of seeming a product of paranoia. That kind of conflicts with the other one. We're like, oh, screw them. We're not doing anything that we need to hide. And another thing that I've noticed, why are there more cells down here? I'd like to know what the actual entry point is for this place, because if we assume the first level is the one that you would access first from whatever the main entry point is into this place, and they have plenty of cells up there where they seem to be doing experimentation, why would you need cells deeper within the place? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. It's a washroom. I mean, I guess it could be some sort of brig, you know. Oh, you broke one of our many rules. You are jailed now. I mean, that's not out of the realm of possibility, but... And I wish I could find the armory again for this recording. It's not very well stocked anymore, but it has places for all sorts of weapons to go, assuming plundered by the adventurers that came here, or used in whatever the last defense of this place was. But it seemed to be a pretty well stocked armory. There should be more individuals here than are. Unless they just like to be armed to the teeth, which is a possibility. Is it through here, or am I going back the way I've already been? I think I'm going back the way I've already been. Yes, I am. I want to be sure, though. Yes, I am. And then somebody here has a great amount of magical power. I'm going to assume that Thaven didn't create Sir. He might have created Sir, because it seems to be an undead monstrosity. He didn't create the portal, and he didn't create the golems. So somebody here has some real power to them. I've already searched these chests. Somebody here or was here previously. And I want to know, why a portal? If I'm assuming we're underground, we're subterranean some way. Why not just go deeper? What's the point of needing to teleport to a place? Where are we coming from and to? Both are pertinent questions. And the golems seem to clearly have been there to guard that suit of, magical power armor. Why? And perhaps the mace, that magical mace. Why leave those things behind? And why have them so heavily guarded? If I'm worried about it that much, I would assume I would take it with me, unless there's more to it. Like I said, I assume with these developers, everything that they do has an intelligent desires the map, has an intelligent design behind it. I can't really read what's on the map. Oh, but the map is oriented towards you. North, south, east, west. The map is oriented. I can't read that. I don't know if it's... My eyes are pretty bad anyway, but... Oh, and that's what an old scroll looks like. I mean, I guess it actually says it too, but... It's something that I hadn't actually paid much mind to. been in there. I believe I've been through here. I have. Because I found a second square shield. Hi. I guess he's had enough. Get back here. I'm not done with you. And if you corner them, they are smart enough to continue to defend themselves. Are you coming back? Okay. This is the large tavern area. There's a door I haven't opened yet. Quit getting your Warhammer hooked on things. Adventurer 101.
I don't think he got the memo.
I wanted the die to roll, but I rolled a 2. Okay. I'll go this way first. Okay, that goes deeper. I'm not really sure I'm done exploring this level yet. I have a whole lot harder time on this level than I do the first one as far as navigating. I've been avoiding relations with my subjects as it could become a serious impediment to my work. I did not imagine that I would miss human contact so much. Poppin could have carried my legacy, but I now treasure his company and friendship more than anything. Even so, I deeply regret the loss of a lifetime of imparted knowledge and teachings. If I were to succeed, poor Poppin would never truly have reaped the benefits of his apprenticeship, but he accepted this and was always eager and grateful. Too late now, I must not dwell on it any longer. This book explores various myths surrounding the Guardian, but does so in what seems like a tendentious manner, casting him in a more positive light than he is commonly viewed in. You suspect it is tied to some cult dedicated to the worship of the Guardian. The Guardian of the Underworld, known also as the Keeper of the Dead, is the most prominent figure in our mythology. As with most our myths, it differs depending on whom you ask. The Guardian's role in particular is an ambivalent one. There is fear of what he represents, of his dark and dangerous realm, but there is also a feeling of deference and belief that he will watch over our loved ones once they pass away. We inter our dead to consign them to the guardian's care, and we believe that he will grant them a life beyond this one. Behind the intimidating titles and malicious curses, the guardian is also a giver of life. He is said to restore life to those that have fallen in his service, or that some become beholden to him owing to their resurrection. Perhaps the most notable myth is that in time of dire need, the guardian will raise an army of those given into his care to defend us. What is it, then, that he guards? Does he simply watch over our dead in his dreadful realm, or might it be that he is, in fact, our protector? So, I suppose this could be the gateway to the underworld, and maybe some of what we're fighting are his guardians. No way to confirm that at the moment. I've read that one. I discovered a truly miraculous substance. It produces a faint light and pungent odor. When I touched it, a wound on my hand I acquired during my cuttings healed rapidly. It was astounding. I have experimented with it, but so far it has proven ineffective against my illness. If only I could find more. It was well hidden. Obviously it is something of great value. I thought perhaps the lamps contained the substance, but I was unable to break one open. When I finally removed one from the wall, it gradually lost its light. What illness is Thaven suffering from? And I know there are notes where he makes mentions of like voices speaking to him, and that I believe he has a helmet that blocks out the voices because he's able to sleep, he mentions in one of his notes. The earth on which we walk is our mother. She provides for us all that we may need. Our ancestors, in their mad lust for power, sought more. They began to dig deep into our earth in search of her lifeblood. And so by digging, they uncovered the underworld and its fearsome guardian. He sent forth terrible demons to drive them out and hunt them down. Before all could be slain, our ancient kin sealed the entrances to the underworld and swore never to return. Thus are we allowed to live upon this earth, but ever under the watchful eye of the guardian. And perhaps that is what this place is. It was where they dug into the underworld, and maybe it's been sealed off, but this place was left more or less unspoiled. Of course, that I'm not sure how that fits in with the talks of the conflict they've had with people on the surface. But who knows how much of this information is incorrect as well. Some of the letters that we read seem to be the speculation of the people writing the letters. There's no guarantee that what they're writing is correct. That was the way I came. We'll go in here first. Shut you for now. And keep out unwanted visitors that way. This is another examination room of some kind, it looks like. Already have one. I don't need another jewelry box, but I do see it. Well, I guess we come this way. Let's go down the whole hallway. Dang it, guy, get off the wall. It's your fault, not mine. Yeah, I don't know if these are experimental laboratories or a doctor's office. I assume it's a doctor's office of some kind because it looks like there's prosthetics. crutches. But there is experimentation happening here as well. Okay, there was a couple doors I missed. So... oh hell, there was a door in here that I didn't go through. I heard you, but I don't know where it come from. Oh, he got me. He got me good. I'm gonna go back to the sword. More beds. Another dining hall. Like, this place was built for a lot of people. Those look better. Another washroom. Okay, guys, I think this is going to be about all the time that we have for today. Please like, share, subscribe, dislike if you don't like what I'm doing, and please comment. I like bouncing ideas back and forth off of you guys about this. I have, as of yet, not... I was given a link to all the written lore for this game, but I'm going to wait until I finish this playthrough and have read all of the lore that I find and make a try to make a more or less a conclusion, and then I'm going to read the lore and see if it changes my conclusion. And then, at that point, I think we will maybe wait for more content, or I'll do some silly things like grab a piece of lumber or a candlestick and see how far I can make it before I die. Either way, let me know what you'd like. I would like to also know if there are any other games you guys would like to see me play. If so, just leave a comment below. And you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.